super glad that you're watching Y254. This is absolutely Y in the morning. Shiko Kaitani is my name, taking over from Max Wasike, giving us the update in the world of sports. We sure hope that you enjoyed that. Kesha, we are definitely waiting for that big bout between Mayweather and McGregor. I don't know who your money's on, but it's gonna be hot. But speaking about fantastic discussions, today it's all about social issues affecting you and I. And this time around, we are focusing on the church. The issue here is about the relevance of it to the youth. And the question here is, are young people leaving the church in droves? Many say the numbers leaving are alarming, but at the same time, we've got young people who say that, by the way, what exactly is the point of going to church? It doesn't work for me. And that's what we're here to discuss. Now, in studio with me is Emmanuel Karaoke, who is a senior pastor from Mavuno downtown. Thank you for joining us. We also do have our young panelists in studio with us, Melap Shivachi, as well as the one and only Kayesu, here to debate this issue with us. Karibuni sana, guys.
Asante.
Thank you.
Okay, so Pasis, you know,
Yes.
these are youth stations, so let me call you Pasis. Sinisa.
That's okay.
All right, so you worked extensively with young people. Is this true? Are more and more young people leaving the church?
It's very true, yes, unfortunately. It is actually said that Nairobi is about a little bit over 80% Christian, but of that 80%, only 16% is actually translating into church on Sunday. So yes, it is true that, you know, the youth are leaving the church. And the reason I say that is because 75% of our country, or Africa as a whole,
Yes.
is under the age of 35.
Yes.
And of that 75, probably a 90% is under the age of 15 years old. So this makes up the large percentage of the population, and they're not going to church. So yes, it's true.
Okay, so before we get to our two panelists here, could you tell us some of the reasons on the ground that you've had that young people are giving as to why they're not going to church or leaving the faith?
Well, the truth is, the unfortunate thing is that the church has always been playing catch up to the trends of the world. All right. So the youth, the kind of conversation that's been spoken in church, the youth are not connecting with it. So you find a lot of them, it doesn't speak to them. And then in this millennial age, guys are feeling judged by the church. The church is not a place where they can come towards, you know, to find the solace that they I guess they desire. So yes.
All right. Okay, let's start off with you, Melap. Tell us, do you go to church? Do you see the relevance of going?
Yes, I do go to church, and I feel the importance of being into church.
Are you a born-again Christian?
Yes, I'm born again.
Uh-huh.
So going to church is important to me because sometimes unakuta seminars zinaku guide spiritually.
Yes.
As in what you tuseme wale wazee ambao wako kanisani wale you know, they guide you. So I find myself Nico, as in I have peace when I'm in church.
Okay. Kayesu, over to you. Churchgoer, saved?
Saved. Everybody's saved. Like Jesus came to this world to save the world. Yeah? So the world is saved. Eh?
Already.
Yeah. The whole world is saved. I'm among them. Okay, I also go to church. But I have so many friends who don't go.
Okay.
They are my friends. I know why they don't go. But now these people are judgmental.
They're judgmental.
Very judgmental.
You feel the church is
There
so
is a group in church, in choir called Alto.
Yes.
Hawa nasengenya. Yani wanakuona tu hivi, leo amevaa nini?
Yes.
Jana alitoka na huyu kijana, leo anatoka na huyu kijana mwingine. Huyu amekuwa hivi.
Yes.
Yani kazi yao ni kusengenya.
So
after knowing that unasengenywa, you won't go to place. You know, people go to church like my friend has said, to find some peace, to find some solace, to find something that is not in the world.
Yes.
But now
those
stress are there. So why do you leave a place of stress to go to another place of more stress now? Now that is the problem.
Melop, do you find it hard to relate to your friends?
No, because amesema watu usengenywa. Hata kama mtu atakusengenya kanisani, you know what you're going to get there. So kusengenywa kupo kila mtu usengenywa, lakini sasa huwezi sema ati hautaenda kanisani kwa sababu unasengenywa.
The sengenyaring can be more than sengenyaring now. A pastor can go to pulpit and just start talking about the youth of today.
Yes.
I know of a lady friend of mine who was she was just a girl on her 16s. What alikuwa ameanza kumeamea matiti kidogo. Alafu sasa preacher mwanamke anasema, unajua, unaona siku hizi vile hao wasichana ni mdogo lakini ameanza kuwa mkubwa. Sisi tulikuwa wakubwa tukafika around 23 ndio tukaanza kuonekana sisi ni wanawake. The spoiled generation, look at them. So udem alitoka tu kidogo, alitoka ni kama anaenda chuo. Alikuwa amekuwa kama example mpaka cameras are just on her, just on her panning from down going up, vile yeye ni mdogo na ameanza kuwa mkubwa so ameharibika. Alienda mpaka saa hii ajarudi church.
I think Pasi, also another thing that we've got as one of the reasons as to why young people do not come to church is because of the pretense. Maybe this is where you guys can come in. Do you feel that there are quite a number of people in church today, even gospel singers have been put on the spot, being told that they are pretentious, mko kanisani lakini you're doing the opposite?
The worst pretenders are ni hawa mapasi. Anakuambia hii ni wrong, alafu unakuta sometime mnangangania demu wako, sasa anataka demu.
Okay, that's what you have to say, because let me tell you, you're here okay, let me say represent all pastors or the clergy of the church. But what do you have to say, because you are also under attack? Pastors today are, under fire.
I think for me, my thing is not to defend anybody. Because the truth is, a lot of what he says has happened. I mean, we can tell so many stories, so many scandals that have happened in the church. And it's very unfortunate, but the truth is that one thing people don't realize is that we are all a work in progress. We're all a work in progress, and the more you engage in God, the more your life turns around. Now, it doesn't mean that we'll be perfect. Like, I think some people believe that, because I'm a pastor, when I wake up, I just jump from my bed, all my clothes are on, I've eaten breakfast and all that. But no. I struggle. I have to look at my wife, I have bad breath, I have to go and whatever, I have to remove the matongo in the eyes. You get? Okay. So it's just, I'm a normal person who experiences things, but trying to work out my salvation.
Okay. So let's talk about the pressure that young people feel that they have to be in a certain way. That's why they don't see why they should be part of a church, be part of a community. Is there pressure to be in a certain way?
A lot of it.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when that pressure is there.
Yeah.
The person giving you pressure is giving you using the words, and the actions are different. I like giving stories. Let me give you one story.
Okay, yes.
Of my friend called, I won't call the name because she may be watching. The pastor made altar call.
Yes.
Okay, the preaching was just very good. Yeah. So dem akaguzwa akasema, I'm giving my life to Christ.
Yes.
So akaenda huko mbele, akaombewa, and then after that, immediately after that, like, hiyo imeisha, sasa sikuna kumingle. The same pastor who was preaching, anamwambia, maze vile ulikuwa unakuja nilikuwa nakumezea. Yeah, true. The lady cried.
Yes.
Cried like the same person who was preaching to him. Anamwambia vitu zingine kando, like ame offer life yake to Christ the same time. At the same time when amemlead ku offer life yake kwa Christ, anamkatia tu saa hizo. So these people are giving pressure, and they are like giving verbal pressure, and afterwards like Pasi saying now, si ni binadamu pia.
Melov, is there a certain pressure that you've seen to be in a particular way? Like when you say that you are born again Christian, you cannot do certain things, you have to dress in a certain way, and that is what young people feel like. I know this is just restricting me. So what's the point of going to church? I don't want to be restricted. I'm young. I have a whole life ahead of me. What do you have to say?
For me, okay, nimelelewa kanisani na wazazi wangu. So I know the importance of going to church. But you find my friends, wanasema sasa nenda church kufanya nini?
Yeah.
Okay, instead of sometimes mi nikienda tuseme kama ni kesha, wananiambia unaenda kesha, we are going to nini? We are going clubbing ni vitu kama hizo. So unakuta relationship yangu na wao haiko nini vizuri vile. Yeah. You know, some youths are so devious, so they are somehow hesitant kwenda kanisani.
Yeah. And I think, Pastor, what we're generally trying to say, or ask rather, is when someone says that, you know, they're feeling kind of restricted by being saved. First of all, can you give us the definition of what being saved means? Because maybe we don't even know what being saved is. Kayeso just said we are all saved, period. The minute you've come out from your mom's womb, that is it. We are all saved.
Yeah.
So what is, briefly, just define that before now we get into the whole...
My definition, a quick definition of what salvation is actually just accepting Christ and having a relationship with him, a personal relationship with him, where you have him as the Lord of your life and you submit to him and his ways. So that's what my general, I guess...
so the question here is now, for a lot of young people, is can I be part of a church, part of a community, still be loved the way I am? Can I still drink? Can I still party? Can I still have fun? I even dare to ask, can I even still be gay, for example, and still have the church love me the way I am?
Well, the truth is, and it's an unfortunate truth, this is not an issue that began today.
Yes.
All right. I was just listening on the way here. I was listening to my Bible. I like to listen to the Bible.
Yes.
I absorbed it better that way.
Yes.
And I was listening to John the Baptist talk to the Pharisees and Sadducees and call them brood of vipers, because the church, who were the Pharisees and the Sadducees, were actually hypocrites. And that's how they looked at them. And unfortunately, in time, we have made religion bigger than our relationship with God.
Yes.
All right? So religion has overtaken the place of the relationship with God, and we value what religion tells us to do. For example, wear the maxi skirt, cover your hair, you know, do all these things.
Don't get tattoos.
Don't get tattoos.
I know Kambua, the artist, the musician, has faced a lot of flack because she has tattoos.
Yes.
And she's a gospel artist.
Yes.
So those are the kind of things you're talking about.
So those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. But that does not in itself, you know, determine who you are in God. It does not determine what your salvation is. Salvation is basically you having a relationship with God and working that relationship. In fact, when you work that relationship, for someone like me, I have no desire of being in the club. I have no desire of, you know, hanging out with prostitutes, because I value that relationship. It's just like when you are in a relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend, the moment you're into them, the moment that you love them, there's some things that you will do that, you know, that will change who you are to compromise to have that relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys have to add on to that? Do you feel that at the same time people cannot really be who they are and be in Christ?
I'm different there. I love the church in a conservative way. Yeah, like the holiness of church.
Yes.
The church should be like, there should not be too much like the world coming to church, and the world remaining the way it is when it's in church. I'm talking about, I think the pastors have become too accommodative. I think maybe it's their pursuit to bring youth into church, but I think they should teach the youth to leave some of the things they have in them so that they conform to church way.
Okay.
I'm talking that way because I love listening to hymnals.
Yes.
Yeah, they are sweet music. Yeah, connecting you to heaven.
Yes.
But now, now, you go to pulpit, you go to church. Inabidi niwashe jiko ndio niokoke. What? Furi. Yeah, vitu kama hizo. I don't find them.
So can I interject? Can I interject? I like what he said. I like church and the conservativeness.
Yes.
All right. Now, if you learn the history of the church, you will learn that those same hymns were actually bar tunes.
Yes.
All right. So the guys couldn't get people to come to church. So those bar tunes were turned into hymns so that guys could recognize that music and come to the very place that, you know, you're at.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Paul says, you know, I will become all things to all men that I may reach, you know, I may point them towards Christ.
Yeah.
All right. So to the Jews, he acted like the Jews.
Yeah.
but preached the gospel so that they could understand who this Christ is. And then to the Gentiles, he did the same thing. And the Gentiles was everybody else other than the Jews. Okay? And in the same way, if I am having those, what do you call it, hymnals in church, the only people I'm attracting are over 50-year-olds, 40 and 50-year-old.
Yeah, because what is the church doing to actually attract the youth? Is it that you don't have, like, pretty much the church doesn't really have ways or isn't being innovative enough, so to speak?
The thing is, we're stuck.
They are over.
According to me, they are over innovative.
Okay.
They are like now, let me give example with another song ya Julian. Ya kusema siku hizi nadara pages za Bible. Unajua what kudara is?
Yes, we all know.
Alafu anasema nadara Bible, kudara Bible. Yeah, I find it like the church is accommodating it, but it's too much.
It's too much.
We all know what kudara is.
Let me ask you though, if you put it in a different way, he's caressing the pages, the word of God. All right? That actually would be more acceptable than the word dara, kudara, sindio?
Yeah.
See, you would find it more nani. Oh, that's so poetic. Oh my God.
None of you are extremely quiet.
You know, I'm listening. Okay, vile amesema unadara pages za Bible. Is it kudara ama kusoma? Okay, your song, me naona put that. Siku hizi nasoma pages za Bible instead of kudara pages za Bible.
Yeah, but it was catchy. It got more people.
Yeah, it did.
It
did. It did. Yeah.
So back to the point of, do you feel the church needs to do more in terms of being innovative, creative, and finding ways to just reach out? Because they say church is not for the good; it's for the bad, right?
Yeah.
So
well, what we say is that church is a hospital for sinners, and not a hotel for saints. Yeah. So I believe it needs to be innovative. Okay. And why am I saying that? I am saying that, for example, like if we go on break right now, what will show on the screens that are on in the studio right now? It's going to be music from Hollywood. Yeah. Hollywood is setting the trends. Unfortunately for us, in our human and fallen nature, the things that we desire are to please the flesh and the desires of the flesh. Yeah. So when we see, for example, just pick anyone, Ja Rule. Yeah. I'm old school like that. So, I see him over there with his nice cars and all that, and that's all I'm thinking about. And that is actually catchy to me. Yes. And nobody, not even the pastor, can say that that's not catchy. Yeah. Because I want to dress good. I want to look good. Yes. I want to have the flyest mama next to me. I want to have the finest car. I want to live in a huge mansion. Yes. And those are the desires that, the world has put in front of us, and we desire that. Right. All right? And Hollywood has made it so funky, so cool. Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking the other day, and I was talking to some friends, one of my favorite sitcoms back in the day was Will and Grace. Yes. Now, Will and Grace was about gay people. Now, a pastor shouldn't be confessing that was one of his favorite. Wow. But Will and Grace was just so catchy. It was so fun watching their lives. I mean, you'd just be caught like this, and you would laugh at every joke.
So you do have another side to you that people...
So I mean, what I'm trying to say is that it's made it so... pardon the phrase that I'll use, sexy to watch this, to follow this, to want this, that if we are not understanding what the signs of the times are, the way people are dressing, this was intentional, coming in jeans and coat, I wish I had that patch one, just look a little bit cooler, but it's very intentional because I know I'm facing the youth, and if I look like them, then maybe they will want to listen to me. If I came in that old coat, big tie, and with my big, huge Bible, the one that I don't even know how they read it. But true. Right now, if I was to pull the Bible and I pull my phone and I go on the app, hey, you guys, it's like, it's a little bit more catchy. It's a little bit more, guys want to connect with that. Yeah. What do you guys because I'm speaking their language.
Yeah. Are they making it relevant now to the youth?
To the youth, yeah, they are trying. The pastors are trying. Yes. They're trying to be trendy, like he's saying. Yeah. Although some of them get carried away with that trend and they go to the world. They leave the church. Wanaanza kuwa trendy, wanaanza kusikiza hizo misiki za siku hizi. Alafu they get carried away, they leave the church altogether. Okay. They start clubbing, they start all those. Yeah. So that's why there's a problem. There's a problem generally because of like I know 3 of my friends who left the church because of Kanyari story.
Oh, right. Kanyari story was quite a scandal.
Yeah, so they like feel like how can we just be conned? Like now it takes like all pastors are just conning people. They are just attracting you to church. They accept everybody. They become too accommodative to church so that you go and bring the offerings.
Right.
They need that offerings. Imagine me going to church with my hard-earned money, and then the next day I see on TV somebody went with that money to K-Street to pick horse, something like that.
Yes.
It's odd. I'm here to say why my friends are not going to church. As a student leader, I'm saying what most people are saying, why they don't go to church. So maybe Pastor will tell us how he cons us to bring the tithes, so that they get the best suits on earth, and so that they get the girls that we should be getting.
That you should be getting. Okay, fine. Mel, as we wrap up, yes.
Okay, I think the church is trying, because you find some churches wana organize team building, maybe charity activities.
Yes.
Unakuta most of the youths ndio wanaenda kwa hizo activity. So they wanapata hiyo time ya interact with others and
so it's just us who don't want. We just don't want it.
Yeah,
because those things are there.
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting.
Well, it could be that it's not cool enough.
It's not cool enough.
It's not cool enough. I'll give you an example. When I lived outside the country, when I came back to the country, one of my good friends, Kanji Mbogwa, used to do something called Live at the Village.
Yes.
And it was in Kani. So he would have concerts at Kani.
Yes.
And I was like, boss, you've gone to Kani. See, I know you. We are saved together. Hallelujah, hallelujah, praise God.
Yes.
So my sister invited me. No. Before you judge your boy, come, let's go and see.
Yes.
And it was just one of the most powerful experiences that I'd ever seen.
Despite the bar being right there at the back.
The bar being there, despite people, smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy held an entire concert. And as he held the entire concert, at the end, he did an altar call. And guys actually went. Guys who were drunk actually went and gave their lives to Christ. No. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think the way the message was put forward, it made it attractive to this person, and the message spoke to this person.
Right.
And this person was like, you know what? If this is the God that you serve, and he's cool like this, then I want to be a part of that.
Wow. Okay. Guys, we're going to stop right there, but I must say thank you so much. Thank you for giving us some insight into what's going on in the church. And of course, to our 2 panelists, Kayesu, not to mention Mela.
Mapasi wakue wazuri.
Mapasi wakue wazuri. That's your final one.
Wakue real.
Okay, well, Emmanuel Kariuki is here with us, a senior pastor from Mavuno downtown. Thank you so much for the text messages that are coming in. We're going to sample those towards the end of the program, but keep them coming. You can let us know if you agree or disagree that the church is really doing what it needs to do to attract more and more people actually to the church. So let us know. We'll definitely appreciate your feedback. Keep it Y in the morning.